What is good, guys? This is Aerodynamic Taylor here, and today I have a little OU match in which this is the first OU match that I had in a while because I've actually been really focused on Dueling Network at the moment. I've made a few decks, and that's basically what I've been doing. So this is my first OU match in about a week that was sort of competitive, I guess, and I forget the guy's name, but it actually ended up being a very close OU match, and I hope you guys enjoy it. So I'm going to be leading off with my Keldeo. He's going to be leading off with his Rachi, and right there he was typical 10-year-old's team, and I'm like, whatever, bro. Hydro Pump does a lot to the Jirachi, but I'm expecting him to want to switch out into his Resurrect or something like that, but no, he just goes for the Thunder Wave on my Ferrothorn, which, it's no biggie. I don't mind. Ferrothorns are really, really slow. But I do get the paralysis as I try and set up the Leech Seed. But I set up the Leech Seed this turn anyways. And his health's going to be sapped, and that's going to be delicious. So I'm just going to switch out of my Politoed, expecting the Flamethrower, Overheat, Fire Blast, whatever he wants to throw at me. And Politoed takes that like a monster. And now, knowing that he's going to want to switch into his Roserade, I switch into my Keldeo. And I was hoping that HP Ice would do more, but Roserade, being the bulky little thing it is, takes it like a monster. Now he switches into his Ninetales on my Ferrothorn switching. I guess sort of predicting that, but I'm just going to switch straight out into my Politoed. It's just really a weather inducer, not really so much anything else. And now he's just going to switch out into his Conkeldurr, and I'm just going to go into my MLG Elite Snipes, because that's what Toxicroak does. Now I'm going to go for the Cross Chop as he sets up the Bulk Up, and now that kind of scares me, quite honestly. So I'm just going to set up the SD as he goes for the Drain Punch. Jesus Christ, that does a lot of damage. But right now, I'm just going to go for the Cross Chop. I hope for a critical hit, because Cross Chop does have that high critical hit ratio, but me, no. Not going to get it. And he gets a lot of his health back. So I'm just going to go into my Skarmory, and I'm just going to go for the Whirlwind, I believe. And now on a Chandelure, I'm expecting it to be Scarfed, so I just leave in my Skarmory as trick fodder, because I really don't want to switch anything else into it. But Keldeo would be alright, but I didn't want to really risk an energy ball or something. So now my Skarmory is kind of locked in to Stealth Rocks. Now I'm just kind of seeing what he wants to do, and I'm just going to switch out into my Keldeo again, predicting the Flamethrower, as I hit myself in confusion last turn. But I'm just going to switch into my Politoed, predicting the Solar Beam, and I'm just going to switch into my Ferrothorn, which is quite the thorn in the side this match. I'll tell you what, because right now he's just going to go for the Confuse Ray, and that's no biggie. I'm just going to set up the Leech Seed, whatever, man. And he's just going to go for the Flamethrower, and in the rain, that's like a 3-hit KO to Ferrothorn, which is not bad at all. Now he's going to go into his Leafeon as I set up my first layer of spikes. And if you don't know to use entry hazards, you probably should, because it made this match very, very close. Now he's going to Swords Dance as I'm going to throw up my final layer of spikes, and he's just going for constant Swords Dance after Swords Dance. And I'm not really too scared about this Leafeon, because it probably has Return and what else? Leaf Blade as its main stab, and usually runs Chlorophyll. I don't understand it, why it would run something like Leaf Guard in the sun. I find Chlorophyll to be much better. But I'm just going to go for Power Whips. He just keeps on subbing up. That's fine by me. Power Whip seems to be a 3-hit KO on the sub, which isn't too bad, actually, considering that he's Leaf Blading a bunch. Now he's going to switch out to his Conkeldurr. This is exactly why entry hazards are so nice. I missed the Power Whip, but that doesn't matter, because Burn will take him out. And I'm like, damn hazards. So his Leafeon just tries to set up a substitute again, as I get paralyzed on that turn, which I guess kind of sucks. I really don't care. He's just gonna set up sword stance again, and I'm like, whatever, bro. I'm just gonna keep on power whipping you. I bet he likes it when I whip him. Yeah. Sword stance just keeps on setting up in my face, and you know what? I like it. Oh god, what is wrong with me? But he's just gonna baton pass out into his Rachi, and look at how much entry hazard damage that is. That is a lot. That is, I'll tell you what, that is a lot. And here is just kind of him flinching, or no, paralyzing me with his serene grace, as I'm just trying to set up the leech seed on this thing. But no, I get paralyzed, and I guess we'll have to see next turn. Will I get it? Will I get it? Will I get it? Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you've ever faced a Jirachi, you will know you probably won't. And that's just the case with Jirachi. It's crazy. And he just keeps on going for the Iron Head, hurting himself. This time I get the Leech Seed, which I was pretty surprised about, because I thought that I would have to try and protect the next turn so that I could at least, like, live or something. But no, that doesn't end up being the case. Switches into Chandelier. Jesus Christ, look at all that entry hazards damage. He cannot take another switch in. And I go for the Protect here, scouting to see what he wants to do. It seems he wants to go for the Energy Ball. Now, predicting him to predict me to stay in, I'm going to switch out into my Keldeo, I believe. Because it's basically fodder at this point. It's asleep. It really can't do much. See? Goes for the Overheat. Actually, that did quite a bit for being in the rain. Jesus Christ, Chandelier. Ooh, goes for the Energy Ball. I live, and I'm like, come on, Keldeo, you can take this. You can wake up. No, that is not the case. Keldeo dies, and I'm sad. Now, I switch into Cloyster. Not yet. I switch into Cloyster, thinking I can take a -2 Energy Ball, but no, Cloyster just flat out dies. And I'm like, come on, man. Can't be doing this to me. Hurts my feelings. I'm just gonna go into my Skarmory, and I'm gonna go for the Whirlwind, as Roserade takes a nice chunk of entry hazard damage. And I should have switched into Politoed right here. I do not know what I was thinking. I should have switched into Politoed, and that would have made my life just, oh my god, would have made it so much easier, because then I could have just started whirlwinding like no tomorrow, as I'm forced to switch into Ferrothorn at this point, predicting the Leech Seed. It's pretty obvious. Actually, no, because then I would have had to switch into Ferrothorn on Leech Seeds. What am I talking about? This is a long battle. I hope you guys had food for this. You're gonna need some lunch in between. And he's just going for the Synthesis, which I really don't see on Roserade. I guess it's because he's on the Sun team. That would make sense. But he switches into his Ninetales, takes a nice chunk from the entry hazards, as I go for the Power Whip, and that takes it clean out. I was actually pretty surprised. I guess Ninetales just doesn't have the best bulk. But here, Chandelure takes... Oh god, the entry hazards damage is just delicious. Here I have to death fodder my Ferrothorn, because if I don't, he's gonna be at minus. Actually, I don't know what I was doing. At this point I was just pretty bored, and Overheat's pretty obvious. I can take the -2 like a boss, but now the Energy Ball is gonna take me out, because any super effective move at that range would probably take me out, considering I wasn't at like +6 or something. But regardless, Politoed dies, and that makes me a very sad camper. And here is where I just start spamming Whirlwinds. I'm like, alright, Shadow Balls, you're not doing jack to me. I was hoping you would like misclick and give me leftovers, and that would be pretty funny, but no, that doesn't happen. Cherry Pop wakes up, and I go for the Whirlwind, and guess what? Roserade. Yep. If he had missed his initial sleep powder, this would have been game. Or if he, yeah, because then he would have been whirlwinded out into like his Leafeon or Chandelure. Then Rosary would have taken more entry hazards damage. Then maybe I could have gotten like a second turn awakening or something like that. Wouldn't be able to really set up the Leech Seed. And then it would die, because that would be like 3 switch-ins or something like that. Unless I mathed wrong. Math isn't my strong subject. But yeah, he's going to go for the Solar Beam, I guess. I'm just going to go for the Whirlwind. And he misses the Sleep Powder, which is kind of in vain, because, I mean, Whirlwind doesn't really matter at this point. Leafeon dies. And then I'm just going to die to the Leech Seed. Because see, it would have died to entry hazards easily. But he's just going to go for the Synthesis. I don't know, expecting what. But, doesn't matter. Because that'll be a good game in his favor. But regardless, that was a really fun match. And if you actually watch this, you get a cookie. I just went to Safeway and bought a whole bunch of cookies. And you will get one, I promise. So guys, that has been me, Aerodynamic Potato. And I just want to say thank you. And I love you all. And I hope you'll have a Merry Christmas. Because it's totally the first day of February. Alright guys, I'll see you later. Bye.